right, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode. I'm getting tongue-tied. All right. So welcome to this week's episode, and it's all about taking personal responsibility. Before that, I want to reiterate what we spoke about last week, which is identifying people we consider to be successful. We want to see how they're doing things, why they're doing things the way that they're doing. Right? And before that, we wrote down our goals, right? We wrote it down because it's important to write our goals down so we can identify what is of value to us, right? And when we identify what's of value to us, we begin to align ourselves with that value. And that's why we wrote it down, and then we identified someone that's successful in that field, right? And we began to watch them. I should also mention that if you identify someone that's successful and you feel you can add value to them, feel free to reach out to those successful people because they are risk takers. They want to hear other people's value proposition, right? You'll be shocked how many successful people will reach back out to you. Trust me, I have shocked myself with that. So I know what I'm talking about. So this week is taking personal responsibility. You have to be responsible for who you are in this world and the actions that you're taking. Personal responsibility for me means being aware, being self-aware, and being self-reliant. If you are aware, it means that you know that there are ramifications to the things that you're doing. And then surrounding yourself with people that are taking responsibility for their actions as well. If you're around people that constantly blame you for the problems that they are having in their own lives, so you are the reason why something is going wrong for them. You are the reason that this thing is happening to them. You can decide to either stay around those people or get away from those people. Because what that type of language does to you is it chips away from your self-worth. It chips away from your self-esteem slowly. I know that we are now in a time where people are so woke. They claim that they're not worried about how people think about them. Well, I'm here to tell you that we are social beings. The opinions people have of us matters. Right? It matters what people think about us. It might not matter now, but eventually, if you're in close proximity with people that don't think anything of you, think that you are worthless, guess what? You will begin to exhibit those behaviors, and it's going to take you years to get out of that kind of mindset. So it's up to you to decide if you want to be around people that don't see your worth or feel people that think that you're not important to them. Your choice. And also, you have to be aware if you have a problem where you are constantly thinking somebody else is your problem, somebody did not do this for you. Somebody did not do that for you. You have to look at that. It's a mindset that you have to shift. You cannot keep projecting your false perception onto other people because what other people are doing is they're just trying to live their own lives. And you have to try to live your own life based on introspection. You have to ask yourself qualifying questions as to why you're doing things the way you're doing. You ask questions such as, how did this happen to me? What can I do differently next time? Those are qualifying questions that help you get to the bottom of why you're doing things, right? So taking personal responsibility is also part of introspection. And if you go down through history, people that have been successful or psychologists all tell us about the importance of introspection is because they understand that nothing is happening outside of you. It's all about your perception and how you perceive things, right? Nipsey Hussle, the great Nipsey Hussle said, "It's not on you, it's in you." There's power in those words. I know people don't understand it because it's coming from a rapper, but everything happens inside of you, your perception of things inside of you, and you have to be aware of that. And lastly, you have to tell the truth. Begin now to tell the truth and let the chips fall. There's ample amount of time for you to begin to build a life based on honesty and truth. Look at what lies did. Look at Bernie Madoff eventually coming crashing. He lied to people about how he's acquiring money and how he's going to make money for them. All built on lies. You will get successful just like how you're around people that don't see your self-worth. It will last for a certain amount of time, but eventually it will all crash because it's all based on falsehood. It's all based on negativity. Got to be aware of that. So this episode, we're going to begin to build a life based on taking personal responsibility. We are responsible for our own lives. Nobody can help us. Just come from that perception and then begin to build a life based on truth and let your chips fall. All right, see you guys next week. Bye.